That's great. What about, I mean, I know, listen, I'm a cynical, jaded New York gay man. So I'm not good with dating to begin with. So let's just put that out there. Now, after all of this, I mean, I don't know. I would probably take like 7 years off, 10 years off, but here you are. You've kind of have dipped your toe back into the dating pool.
I've done a few group dates, group settings, but I have nothing to offer anybody right now. And I say that meaning, I don't have anything extra to give a new person. And if I have any energy left over, it's certainly not going to a man. I'm divvying it out between, my daughter, my mom, my family. I don't have a desire to date one person. I don't have a desire to have sex with anybody. I have so much to focus on that's the last thing on my mind.
Okay, well, that might be the last thing on your mind, but is this true? Like you are truly, and I'm not knocking this, I think it's a great idea. You now have a private investigator. No matter who you date, they will be going through this process.
Yes, if I meet someone who I feel like we may go out together on more than one occasion, I'm having them looked into. It's a must.
I see nothing wrong with that.
People may look at me and go, oh my gosh, she's crazy. But I think when you go through certain things, it's a learning experience. I won't say that I'll be having people checked out by a PI forever. But let's be honest, my picker's off. My picker is off. So I need someone to kind of like comb through what people could be hiding.
I've always said if I were chosen for a reality show or anyone I got serious about, I've always said I see if I was chosen for a reality show, I would hire a PI to go through my background. Not that I have anything to hide, but like the way it works, like I just want to know whatever it is you're going to find. If we have any issues here, let's deal with this today. So I've said that with dating too. I would absolutely hire someone eventually, like if it got, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, and when you have a child, even though no one's being introduced to her anytime soon, you just have to be careful.
What would it take for someone to like be introduced to Ocean? Like, where would you have to be in this dating?
Well, first of all, they'd have to have a clean background check. That would be the first order of business. And then, I think if we are connecting and, he's a good dude and I'm getting good vibes and I haven't seen a red flag, I think at least a year of us talking, because I'm not bringing anyone just in and out of Ocean's life. That's not how I do things. Then we could talk about them, meeting my pride and joy. But until then, she's a luxury. You don't just get to meet her.
I got to meet her here today before we started. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad that I passed, your background check or whatever screening process you put me through prior to being back here today. Where do you date? Like you went on this group date, like, are you on the apps? Like, do you get fixed up by friends?
I've been fixed up by one friend. That didn't really work out. There was not a connection for me. And right now I'm just looking for good company. So if you can offer me that, like, perfect, like a little distraction. And then I've slid into 3 dudes DMs. That's new for me. I can't say I like it, but no, I'm not on the app. But I mean, I might as well be. If you're sliding into the DM, that's like pretty much an app, right?
Okay, so when Lala Kent decides to slip into someone's DMs, like, what is your approach? Like, what do you say?
Oh my God, David, it's almost embarrassing. Like the first time I ever slid into the DM, I did 2 emojis, okay? And I was like, my game is so bad. Like, what am I doing? But there was a response, phone numbers were exchanged, and I guess I have a little something that is called game. There's not much there, but I can work with it.
And no hello or just emojis?
We start with the emojis, yeah. That happened one time, but you know what? That's the one that's going the best.
And what were the emojis? Like a smiley face, a heart, a thumbs up?
No, it's embarrassing. I did the flame and like the chef's hand, like the Yummy. Tastes good.
Okay. That's not bad.
It's pretty bad. I'm like a 90-year-old, but you know what? It is what it is.
Listen, at least you use the emojis. Not everyone is up with the emojis. So like, that. Are these like people in the public eye or no? Just someone?
Yes. Yes. More so.
People in the public eye. Really? Would you like to share who they are here today, Lala?
No, I won't do that to them.
I didn't think so.
But you'll be the first to know if I decide to share.
Thank you. Are they in the Bravo worlds?
No.
Do you, like you said, your picker is off? Like, do you worry about that? I mean, you have this PI on hand. Like, do you worry about like, has this past situation affected you? Rightfully so, like where you're like, I don't know, if I believe or, or are you kind of over that and you're like, I can.
Yeah, you want to know I definitely have my guard up now, but I don't want to say that I'm affected to the point where I don't believe in love and relationships. And I still believe there are good men out there. I still believe that I'm going to find someone great one day. Like this hasn't left me wounded and scarred to the point where I'm like anti-dating and relationships.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have any of your Vanderpump Rules co-stars, has anyone offered to fix you up?
Scheana offers a lot. Scheana's like my little matchmaker. She's trying to make something happen, but I appreciate it. But then I have to tell her, you got to give me a minute. Because first of all, I'm a horrible texter and I'm busy. Like I'm a mom and I'm also trying to build an empire because I will not stop until Give Them Lala is an empire. I'm pushing, the paperback of the Give Them Lala book. And I just some of these dudes are very needy. And I'm like, you got to go get a hobby or a job or something because I'm not into it.
People don't realize, just to write a hardcover, to put out a paperback, we have Give Them Lala Beauty, Give Them Lala Skid, Give Them Lala Baby. We have a podcast. People,
right.
This is that's 10 full-time jobs right there.
Yes. I feel like we're killing it, but it's never enough. I'm sure this resonates with you. You sit there and you're like, when I do this, all is going to be good. And then you do that and you're like, what's next? I can't get enough.
I totally agree. And I sit there from 9 to 10 in the morning and I'm like, my stomach hurts so much because I have 17 other things to do and I need to do this for an hour, but I'm so stressed out by the 12 other things I have to do. I don't.
Oh my gosh. I'm so on your same page.
And your mind, but somehow you have it all together, and it needs to be done, but just everyone needs to stay out of the way for today.
Exactly. I have bills to pay. I have a child to support. We have things to do.